kind of heard about your inspiration for your career, but tell me how you sort of went from college in Sunderland to being in London and co-founding a practice.
Yeah, I mean, it's like everything in life, I suppose. You stumble and make decisions here and there and think, all right, I'll just do that and see what happens, and I'll do that and see what happens, and yeah, you never quite know whether it's going to turn out or not. And mine was quite rapidly. It was just a sequence of events that were quite life-changing, really. So when I was at school, I went to see the careers officer. You know, you got sent to see the careers officer when you were like 14 or something like that, and it's like, what do you want to be? And when I tell the story, I should probably get annoyed with the careers officer, but if I saw him now, I'd probably shake his hand. So he said, what do you want to be? I said, I want to be an architect. So he got his book out and he looked, architect, right, you're going to need maths A-level, science A-level. As soon as he mentioned maths A-level, I broke out into a sweat because I hated maths. I still hate maths. I loathe it. I can't stand it, right? I said, I'm not doing maths A-level. And he said, right, you'll never be an architect. And he gave me a list of like other things that I could be, you know, graphic designer and all this other stuff. And I walked out and I was so angry, like really angry with him. I thought, there's no way. I'd want to be an architect since I was 12. It's like, there's no way he's going to stop me from doing that. It was probably the best thing that he ever did because he made me so annoyed. I went home and I got the yellow pages. This is pre-internet, obviously. Got the yellow pages and I wrote a letter. I was about 15 by then. I wrote a letter to every architect in the Northeast. Wow. Saying, can I have a job? And I got offered a job and this year I left school on the Friday. I hadn't even had my GCSE results because I think you leave school and then your results come out a few months later, don't they? And I got a conditional job at an architect in the local village, in Washington Village. And it was a small practice. He was the only architect. He had 2 architectural technicians. His wife was the secretary. And I did a BTEC in building construction. Did pretty well. I got the Student of the Year stuff for that, and because I did well there, I went to Newcastle University. First year was really hard because I'd had a very technical background, if you think about it. On my BTEC in building and construction, you were with brickies, electricians, plumbers, surveyors, quantity surveyors. First year of architecture at Newcastle University was a very arts foundation course. I was asked to draw the cross-section. I was asked to do a massive drawing of a cross-section of a croissant in charcoal my first week at Newcastle University, and I was just standing there thinking, what the hell am I doing here? And so for the first year of architecture at Newcastle, I had to kind of put to the back of my mind the practical stuff, and it was good because it freed me up to be, I suppose, more creative. And then second and third year were just the best years of my life, really. And I got a first. If you got a first and you were top boy, you automatically got a job at Faulkner Browns, the architects in the Northeast. So I got that job. I took another year out of university and moved to London. Worked at Sir Terry Farrell and Partners. Terry then said, do you want to go to Hong Kong? Because we need to design some railway stations linking Hong Kong with China. So I went there for 7-8 months in 1997 during the handover. And then I applied to go to the Bartlett School of Architecture at University College London, which at the time was the best school of architecture on the planet, really. I mean, the Architectural Association might debate that, but for me it was the most creative school in the world, and I couldn't believe I got in. I felt really honoured and privileged to get in there, so worked really hard for 2 years and then set up my practice nearly straight away, really. I knew I'd work for myself and took that step and went from there, really.